So our friends Frank and Brian over at TBWS talked about the bursting of the mini housing bubble last week, and I for one thought it was a well-timed and informative show.
Y'all know us. We too have warned about this short-term mini bubble caused by low interest rates, HARP 2.0, and low inventory. The big question is, when will it pop? When will rates go up? When will all the refi subside? And when will we truly cycle through all the inventory?
Who knows? I gave up trying to predict this market long ago. Anyways, on the show last week, it boiled down to a sustainable market moving forward. What we have now is not a sustainable market, and we all know that. This, albeit a good year so far, it's all fabricated. And that's okay, and it's fabricated in many ways. We'll make hay while we can, and know that in the near future, it could change, and it can be very, very different.
One of TBWS's conclusions to the future sustainable market, which basically means a steady stream of buyers, was to loosen up underwriting guidelines.
Which I agree with, but what I want to talk about is that we need the buyers in the first place to then go and loosen up the underwriting guidelines. And that, my friends, is where the real problem lies. It's like the chicken and the egg thing.
Now, buyers come in various forms. Move-up buyers, investors, and last but not least, first-time home buyers. Now, first-time home buyers will be very important in the overall recovery and stability of the housing market. And yeah, we do need to loosen guidelines up for them a bit. But here's the real problem.
More than ever, first-time home buyers, which are made up of graduating students moving into their careers, are strapped with a boatload of debt. So much so, it has more than half of them delaying their home buying plans. This is and will be the problem that we need to address if we want to see a stable housing market moving forward.
Rutgers University was aware of this, so they decided to do what colleges do, study the effects of college debt on today's young adults. What they found should have us all alarmed. After all, these are our future home buyers in America.
What they found has never been seen before in our nation's history. Student debt alone is over $1 trillion.
And 67% of the future buyers in America are either putting off their home buying plans due to debt or scrapping the idea altogether and moving back in with mom and dad. And you can forget that, little hawk.
Now, here's the deal when it comes to loosening up underwriting. Recently, USDA has changed their stance on qualifying to buy a house with student debt.
Before, you didn't have to hit the borrower with their student debt if it was currently in deferment for at least 12 months. Now, you do have to count that against them when it comes to calculating the DTIs.
Big swing in qualified buyers right there. Should this guideline be changed back? Maybe so, but I'm not so sure if it even matters. If Johnny first-time homebuyer doesn't feel like he can afford to buy a house, then Johnny first-time homebuyer isn't coming to the table to have that discussion in the first place. The proposed loosened underwriting guidelines are a moot point. Johnny's strapped, and the last thing on his mind is a house.
Yep, the first thing on his mind is getting a job in this tough market, and the next thing on his mind is paying down his student debt, which means a huge cog in this machine we call the housing industry. It's not even moving. Matter of fact, it's practically stuck.
67%, guys, not looking to buy. Big problem. Now, if you know anything about the history of the housing industry, you know that it really got its start after World War II. The conditions were right for young adults and the middle class to thrive and purchase houses, which really laid the foundation for the housing industry for the next 60 years.
So fast forward to 2012 and we have the exact opposite conditions for these young adults. Now yes, low interest rates and affordable house prices are doing their part to help spur on the industry, but this alone will not ensure a stable future for the housing industry.
The student debt issue is something that just needs to be on all of our radars, and I don't think it is right now. And I get it, guys, we have many other big problems, but sometimes when you're working hard, you gotta lift up your head to see what's coming next.
And we as a nation are not too good at this. We tend to be really reactive and not proactive as a nation.
Don't let that mindset leak into your business plans. Be proactive, be forward thinkers, and challenge yourself to stay in front of the curve rather than behind it. If you can do that, I promise you, your business will thrive. Let us know your thoughts down below on the mini bubble, and let us know if you agree or disagree with our thoughts on student debt. We'll see you next week.